One of the things was that we were smart enough, always whenever possible, to take the family with us wherever we went, so they never had to worry about what mom and dad are doing out there. They went with us. I worked in Mexico, and there was an Easter break. The whole family came. I did another film in Rome. There was an Easter break. Whole family came. Ruby did work in Ypsilanti, Michigan one summer. Whole family moved out. Ruby went to Hollywood to do Raisin in the Sun, the film. Whole family moved out. We made it our business, and also to walk picket lines, or demonstrations, or meetings, freedom dinners, and all. Whole gang showed up. I think that was one of the ways.
And of course, there was this necessity too. Sometimes when we would do benefits, there was no money in benefits at that time. I understand what I mean to say. The NAACP didn't have money to pay people, but we've since helped influence that, we think. But we would bring the whole family because we didn't, since we weren't going to make any money, we couldn't hire babysitters, and they had to have dinner, so we just brought them all along. I can't say that people were always glad to see us and all our children.
Show the kids what hors d'oeuvres was.
But our children finally found out when it was time to have dinner, we took them out, and there would be food to just go and eat.
Yes.
I can't say always our hosts
stage.
were happy with that, but that was what we did for a little while. But they did learn a lot, and they liked going out, and that was part of it.
Yeah, and we managed to hang together as a family.
Yes.
And that was one part of, I think,
It sounds as,
so.
I'm sorry.
That was one part of why that was so.
It sounds as if you never put work ahead of family.
No.
And that they were, well, I suppose family was first, work second, or at least equal.
Equal.
That's something very special, especially for a man, I would think.
But that wasn't always true. We had to work up to that.
Yes.
Because
What did we do before we got there?
well, I remember, Ossie, at time I grew up in a traditional way, and it took me a long time to get it out of my head that my job was to stay home and look after the kids, and if money had to be made, I expected him to go out and get a job, at the post office, do something, and so that was part of it. And then later, when a choice was to be made, do I take that job when the kids were in school, or and leave him with the kids, and maybe get one of our mothers to pitch in or hire somebody? And I felt very guilty. I didn't go to England. I didn't go to Hollywood. I didn't. Some job offers came that I couldn't accept. And when we talked about it, he didn't say, "Oh, Ruby, go on. I'll take care of things." Had he done that, I might have done some other things. But
I didn't know to do that. I would have done it had I
But
thought of
later
it.
on, he encouraged me to go back to school. He was the one who said he made it easier for us to pack up and all go together, and he made the trips back and forth, and when I began to bring the children when I had to work, and so it was something that we had to learn to do.